We didn't eat.
In our wedding.
In terms of expense, this saying, not do pass yourself.
For food, it was not really my business.
Food was important.
It was important.
Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube.
That's it's so natural. How do I sit?
Okay.
So, yeah, let's give each other space.
Yes, please.
In this marriage.
Day your day. No, day my day. Because this is serious business we're discussing right now.
We have some stuff on your
But you still care.
Honestly. Hi, welcome to another video, another talk video. I think we should name this series On the Couch. What does that sound? How does that sound? Is it fresh?
I'm looking at the couch, it's feeling special. Yeah, on the couch.
On the couch. So, wow, that just came randomly. So this will be a video where we talk to you guys, talk about things, and then we do vlogs as well, and then generate life. I mean, on our YouTube channel, we'll do On the Couch where we'll talk about things, and then we'll also show vlogs. So I don't want to be over showing things. So it's just those two things that we'll be doing on our YouTube, just vlogs and talking to you guys, and maybe games night and stuff like that.
Yeah, games nights and probably host friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So today's video, this topic was a request by one of our subscribers. She asked that we talk about wedding, like the cost. I don't remember how she put the question.
What's it cost for running a wedding? Is it running a wedding? I would say.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pause. Let's just quickly check. So this was from Okonjo Monica. I recommend please film about wedding and how much expenses you made, and you guys' opinion about wedding. So that is what we are talking about today, all for you, Monica. I'm going to look for you.
Hello, Monica.
And I'm going to make sure you watch this video. So for Monica, we are making this video. You can always tell us things you want us to talk about. We are talkers. We can talk.
We need to talk about it anytime.
We'll talk. So let's talk about our wedding and our expenses and our recommendations and our opinions generally in weddings and costs.
I think we'll talk about weddings generally.
Yeah.
Not really ours, because I think the reality of times
has changed.
Sounds like it's been 10 years ago.
I mean, it's just 2022.
It's not like it was years ago, but the reality of times has actually changed.
Yeah.
So in terms of expense, there's this saying, not do pass yourself.
Yeah.
The next thing is there's always life after the wedding, which is just a ceremony.
Yeah.
So for us doing our own wedding, we had some priorities, things we considered important, and that has to do with the number of guests we're having.
Yeah.
Decision on what kind of wedding we want to have, court wedding, church wedding. I think everything has reception.
Yeah, but if you have a mother like mine, if your mother is like mine, you would have to be very strong when it comes to the number of guests. Because me and my mom, we were going back and forth. My mom wanted to invite the whole community, and I think our total number was 350. But then we just finished. I think it was just after COVID. And you know there were restrictions on number of people, so I was able to use that to tell her that mommy, the government says it has to be 300 people max. So if you have a mother like mine, that you know how Nigerian mothers are, they want the whole world to know that their daughter is getting married. You start ringing it in her ears more like in advance, because it's not easy. And I know that we have expensive things are now. Some mothers will be more concentrated. Like, it's not everybody you can feed. Just, you know, they should understand. It's
just an African mom thing to start with, because they want everybody to be involved. Like, weddings are more like, in an African home, it's more like the mother's
it's more like your parents are having a party and you're just...
I won't say mothers, like parents are
guests.
Because you're just the guests. Because in our wedding, I don't think we drank water or anything.
We didn't eat.
We didn't touch food.
We didn't eat on our wedding. The thing is, when they were doing my makeup, I know that this is not just about eating, but when they were doing my makeup, my mom came and said, eat. And I was like, I can't eat. They've already done lipstick. I can't mess it up. And that was my biggest life regret.
Biggest regret because
we almost
really ugly. And we
Our
still had to
was dry, and we had to entertain people.
we had to keep
dancing,
up the show and
giving them. Let's not digress. Let's talk about expenses.
So expenses for wedding, you have to prioritize certain things. And for us, like I said earlier, the number of guests, which has to do with food and where we're going to host them. Is it going to be like a parlor wedding? Is it going to be, is it tent canopy outside the compound kind of wedding? Are you going to do like an open field wedding, seaside wedding, hall wedding?
I love the sound of seaside.
And all that. So for us here, we had, I wouldn't say a budget, but we had a target of feeding and hosting just 350 people together on both family side. So we created like a guest list. Printed. We tried to make it strictly by invitation, but I think we succeeded in deceiving ourselves.
It didn't work.
Because it was strictly by invitation, but strictly by who can let you in, if that makes sense.
It didn't work.
Yeah. So that didn't work for us. It could work for some other people, but it's always nice when you have ways that you can actually reduce the number of people that will come.
Yeah.
Your close circle is enough. Your parents, closest cousins, closest friends, and stuff like that. But if you have no choice, then you should find a way of sitting on your parents' neck to let them know that.
Sometimes it's not really about parents. Like sometimes people just want big parties. They want everybody to know that their relationship that you guys were hating on is finally, we're finally
But there are other ways to pepper than
personally. I mean, it's your choice. But if we're talking about cutting down expense on weddings, I would say they don't need to be there. They can see that you've gotten married. They don't really need to be there.
They don't need to be there.
They can hear. Me, I don't really like my enemies or have arrived. You will see me eventually, not even by me. You will see me in maybe blogs. That's my kind of vibe. So I'm just kidding. So when it comes to being serious and when it comes to expenses, like he said, your marriage begins after the wedding ends. That's one thing you should have in mind. As much as you want your wedding to be a Bella Ninja standard, or even if you'd be another kind of person, you don't care, but you still want to cut costs. First of all, you just have to, you're the economics in this marriage. Like there's something called opportunity. Is it opportunity cost? There's something called something list. There's a list of hierarchy, scale of preference. Thank you. It's been a while, please. I'm not loaded like that. A scale of preference. So the most important thing is, where are we having this wedding? If you're going to have it in the hall or somewhere outside your compound or your living room, that would be like the major thing. Where you're gathering people will be the major thing that you should work on. And then how do you want that place to look? What kind of vibe do you want to keep? The ambience, decoration, that's another thing. And there are vendors. When we were doing our wedding, most of the vendors, when it came to decoration, most of the vendors we were talking to them, they were saying 10 million.
Yeah, it's really expensive.
That was 2022. They were saying 10 million. Like,
2021, we're talking to them.
2021. Yeah. My wedding budget gone is not 10 million. You're telling me to use only 10 million.
Never 500k.
How much you pay for all? Like, my wedding budget is not even 10 million. You're asking me to bring 10 million naira to decorate, and it's just because you are being nice. I ended up doing my wedding decoration for like 600k. How much did you pay?
Was it not less or there? Or 600k?
Yeah, it was like 600.
Yeah.
And people, I'm not talking about one vendor. So many vendors we spoke to them were like 10 million and stuff. And I ended up doing it for 600k. And it looked good to me. It was beautiful. So I feel like you have to also make sure that you take time filtering through vendors. There are some that their name is already what gives their brand that cost. And there's some people that they are good. They don't really have that much noise around them, but they know what they're doing. Just be a platform
for them.
Yeah. So you don't really have to go for... There are some people that you just have to give them the chance. I know it's your wedding, you don't want to take chances, but there are some people that they know what they are doing. They just don't have that fame or that name, so they are crafts, but they know what they are doing. So you have to just make sure that you take time and go through this list. And also, I know that sometimes what I'm about to say is there are some people in your family too that can do these things, but I know that it's not easy to trust family members because you can't really hold them accountable. Yeah. So if they are like, so you have a family member that can bake and she's doing well, patronize that one. You have a family, your younger brother's friend is a DJ,
cousins and stuff.
That is how you just do like that. But if you have the money to go all out, please go all out. It's your wedding. So long as you have the money to start your marriage after the wedding.
The just thing is, I think, is what works for you. What works for you and what you value.
Yeah.
You understand? And apart from the feeding bit, the location where you want to host them and all that, something else that we also prioritized was how we look. So our outfit was very important to us because, number one, I don't want my kids or my grandkids to see my wedding picture and like, grandpa didn't have style. That kind of thing. So I don't want that to happen.
By the time they come, these pictures will be outdated.
Yeah, to be outdated, but I see some old school pictures like this is quite stylish and stuff like that. So we were key about what we wore. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it has to look good. So you can look for either.
Let's not lie, outfits are expensive now. Even your roadside tailors, they are not charging less than 15k to make.
I know now, but if they are doing 15k, some people will do it for 150k. You understand? So what I'm saying is, you should just work within that budget, and we try to look for something really good and something we really like.
Yeah.
Then pictures were quite important, so we tried to get the most affordable.
Our photographer was not really the most affordable at that point. There are some things that were non-negotiable for us that we would not be, what's the word? That we could not really compromise. Yeah. Pictures is very important. For me. And then what else? Pictures, location, easy to access for me because we used hall, and the decoration of the hall. For food, it was not really my business, to be honest. I just left that for family members.
No, food was important.
It was important, but like I didn't really have a hand in food for my own wedding. It was my mom, so I could not really. It was not my business like that. But it was important because I want people to eat and drink. And the most important thing for me, for my wedding, was I wanted people to come and have fun. Like, I need you to come to my wedding and when you're going to be like, oh my God, I had fun. Does not really mean that we overspent.
Wedding of the year.
No. Does not really mean we overspent, but people were able to dance, connect, just relax. That's what I really wanted. And to the glory of God, we had that. I had a lot of people telling me, oh my God, your wedding is the best wedding I've attended. It was so fun. It was not really expensive. Because in the question here, you're asking
about expense you made.
How much expenses we made. We can't really give you a figure, honestly. But we know that we did not overdo. And even as much as we didn't want to overdo, we didn't have a choice because things were a bit expensive.
Yeah, expensive that period.
So we don't really have a figure, but like I said.
So what you can do is to create a list of things that are very important to you, just like we did.
Yeah.
I think I had an Excel sheet then.
Right.
I did. So I had an Excel sheet, then I wrote like the things we had to do, food, all the costing.
Yeah.
Then put the expected price and actual price, the way accountants do it. So I did all that just to guide us to like spend within budget.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's the best way you can actually create your budget. Set out things you want to do, put an expected price on it, and versus the reality and all that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Be realistic with your expected price because I know that things are very expensive now. And with how things are costly, if you're really trying to go low key, just have your friends and your family very close. You don't have to.
I think low key is best because
it's all on.
Our wedding was as low key as possible.
Well, that is not even my standard of current low key right now.
Yeah, it doesn't even.
If it were up to me, I would not have a wedding party. Like I would just have like a.
I didn't even want a party. I don't want
party. Just the kind of family we are from, both of us. Only my mom will not take this blame. Both of us, the kind of family they are from, is not just possible. So it's up to you. Depends on your situation, just your own orientation. Depends on you. If you really want to, if you don't want to spend too much, you and your man or you and your girl can just go to the court. It does not really cost too much.
Do the court wedding,
and
pay the dowry in the
after then, no, like pay the dowry like on a Thursday in the living room. On Friday you go to court. After court, you and your guys, you guys just chill, drink, and you're home. You're married. It's still a wedding. You don't really have to call K1 the ultimate or anything. You don't have to bring Johnny Trio. You get left to me. I will just do a very small wedding
and go home.
And spend the rest of my money on honeymoon. And
some people prioritize honeymoon.
Yeah,
you know,
if
travel,
you have plenty money,
do stuff.
Travel. Forget about people you can feed. You want to feed your whole economy. Do small thing. Please, it's up to you. Anyone you like.
Anyone that works for you.
Whatever works for you. But if
prioritize both of you.
I will
the bonding like, and all that. Things like that.
After the party, most people will forget. I know people had fun at my wedding, but it's gone. They've gone to a million other weddings since then. It's not just the two of you in it, so you have to always remember that, always know that. So that's basically. Do you have any other thing to add?
I think we've touched
everything. Yeah.
So what's our opinion about wedding?
So generally, our opinion about wedding is you don't have to break the bank.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. One thing, borrow to do wedding. Don't do it.
No, don't just ever do that.
Just always do it as you can do, and just make sure you both have a good time.
Exactly.
You don't really.
And the wedding is just a day or
it's just a day.
Some
You're married.
People 1 week wedding, carnivals. So it's just that period.
Low budget. like I said, your marriage starts after the wedding ends. So don't, because of one day, start your marriage on a bad note. Like after your wedding, now you're not owing basically, and now decorators
dragging
calling
you up and down.
This one is calling
the husband is hiding.
You get
things like that.
You don't need that. So that's basically all we have to say today. I don't know if we answered your question, because I know we spent time talking more about our wedding. But
it's just like a case study now. Like giving examples, practical examples that you can work with.
So Monica, if I don't know if you're getting married soon, please send us an invite too. Even if you're doing small wedding. I know we advise it for friends and family only. We are
friends to our family, so consider us.
So that's basically it. We don't want this video to be too long, because if you leave me and this guy, we'll talk from now till tomorrow. So I think we've come to the end of this video. We don't have a sign out still.
Do they have to teach us our sign out?
No, how will they teach us? Anyway, this is Ben.
And this is Jane. And together we are
Ben and Jane signing out. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We hit 100 subscribers. That's amazing. We are always grateful, and we always celebrate our little wins. Very soon we'll hit 1,000, 10,000, 100,000.
1 million.
1 million. There's no limit. So thank you guys. Please continue to preach Ben and Jane. Continue to subscribe. Continue to share. We love you guys so much. I can't overemphasize that. So this is me playing you guys goodbye kisses, because I have to go and boil rice now. I'm hungry.